Hola mis amigos and possible amigos, my name is Taffrey16 and welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments with the weirdest bandage placement of all time. If you're wondering why, I popped something on my face and it looks nasty, and I don't have any of those little dot bandages, and it's in a really weird place. It's like right here, but on the other side of my nose, and these are the only kind of bandages I had, so now I just look like a fucking idiot. But you know, what else is new? It's Sunday, and we're gonna read some more comments. Let's do it. For an Irish show, I recommend Moonboy, a comedy co-written starring Chris O'Dowd as a schoolboy's imaginary friend. It only had 18 episodes, but between 3 series. That is a good idea. I've heard of it before, and I'd like to do something with Chris O'Dowd. That's a Sky One show, is my understanding, so 0% chance I'm gonna get that on YouTube. To be honest, I'd probably get copyright striked if I tried to upload it, but maybe that could be something we do a full series at once of. OMG, I totally forgot about the You Don't Deserve to Watch Doctor Who Taffrey16 storyline. It's really funny now. I mean, it was really funny at the time, but it's funnier now. I wonder how that person would react knowing if that I do full series of the show now. Do you think they'd be happy, or do you think they'd somehow be madder? The Great Pottery Throwdown is basically the Great British Bake Off, but with clay instead of pastry. I really like it, but it's not as popular as its culinary cousin. I really want to watch it, honestly. I don't know why. It just sounds fun. I think I'm going to do it. If you do Fred's, then you have to do Where the Wind Blows, which is a cartoon done by the same people as Snowman, Snow Dog, and Father Christmas, but the tone is different, darker, and disturbing. Oh, I have a copy of that, too. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I might as well just go full-fledged nightmares and do both of them. Maybe I'll do both of them on back-to-back days for maximum nightmares. Are you gonna do any more Have I Got News For You Boris Johnson episodes? I don't know about Boris Johnson episodes, but I'm 100% gonna do more of that show. Peter did the Pop Factor just a few years after this Top of the Pops episodes. I'm sure he took a lot of inspiration from that Shane Ward song. Geraldine's Winners song even has the same awful key change halfway through. I mean, as soon as I saw that and realized Peter was on the show, I'm like, oh my god, he must have taken something from this. And I mean, it was the perfect thing to parody, because just, dear Christ. Noah sulking this is bullshit while being forced to sit for the exact same James Blunt performance to speak Taffrey16 content. I was so mad. I don't like that song. It's bad enough I had to hear it once, and I gotta hear it fucking again. And same performance. I feel like I just got memed on. You asked what happened to the actor that played the dad in Goodnight Sweetheart. He certainly wasn't written out because he passed away. He played a granddad and outnumbered amongst other things. I guess he must have decided it was enough for him. He had other commitments to this his character. Yeah, to be honest, I knew that, but then I had forgotten that. I had people had told me it was granddad from Outnumbered, but then I somehow completely spaced that in that moment. The guy in Goodnight Sweetheart who played Harry the American serviceman is Adam Henderson, and according to IMDb, he was born in New York City, so his accent might have been genuine. That was not a New York City accent, but I'll take your word for it. How did that let us into Good Life grow when it's quite obviously autumn? Oh, and please tell me at some point you'll be doing Yes, Prime Minister. You get to see Paul Eddington bring a comedy genius. I think I'd have to finish the prequel series first before I did Yes, Prime Minister. I did an episode of Yes Minister like a couple years ago, and that was it, but I think that's something I'm going to circle back around to. I was really enjoying You Have Been Watching, and then they showed clips from the Jeremy Kyle show, the absolute depths of humanity, everyone involved. Yeah, I mean, I think it doesn't hit me as much as maybe you guys, because I'm more numb to that kind of television because we have more shows like that here, like the Maury Povich show and Jerry Springer. But, like, even so, it strikes a chord just because of how much of a cunt he is. Jeremy Kyle, that is, you know, like, with Maury, he tries his best to be a neutral moderator. With Jerry's a shit stirrer, absolutely, but I mean, the show's fake and he just, you know, wants good television. With Jeremy Kyle, like, the guy drove a guy to kill himself, you know? I think that says it all. Okay, my stomach hurt from laughing at the baby mind reader. I thought people living as animals was funny as it would get. I stand corrected. Somebody told me, too, that there was a episode of Screen Wipe where he goes more in depth on the baby mind reader. I'm gonna have to watch that. Richard Bacon was a Blue Peter presenter in the 90s and got sacked for doing coke. Yeah, I read up about that. He had to give up his Blue Peter badge and everything. It was very serious. I think he was the first presenter to ever get fired from the show. Very serious. You'd think a man with such a delicious last name wouldn't be... Well, maybe it makes sense that some man with, you know, a delicious last name would be addicted to something as delicious as cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, you shouldn't be doing cocaine in general, but Especially not when you're a fucking Blue Peter presenter. Come on, man. The Piglet Files, I'm from the UK, and I can honestly say I've never heard of this show. You know, that's one thing that's always fun for me, is when I can show you guys something from your own television that you haven't seen. I'm not gonna lie, I do get a little kick out of that. That's always fun. Been waiting for the Line of Duty reactions all day. This best single series of any show the BBC has produced this century. I mean, it really is just incredibly well written. Like, 3 series of build to that moment at the end. 3 whole series of build to that moment at the end. And they absolutely paid it off. Like, you know, like when you write something, you write a storyline in series 1, you carry it over in the second series and don't even finish it. You carry it into a third series. Like, that many episodes, was it 16, 17 total episodes of who knows how many minutes that is. I mean, probably almost how many hours. That's probably what? I mean, count the finale, so maybe like 18 and a half hours of content to get to that moment at the end. Like, absolutely insane. It has to pay off. If it doesn't pay off, you're fucked. And they absolutely did it. It was just incredible writing. Alright, y'all, let's go do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. The comments in this video were pulled from the following. Last week's episode of Reading Your Comments at 2:14. Top of the Pops 3, Goodnight Sweetheart to complete second series. Good Life 5, You've Been Watching 3, Piglet Files, and Line of Duty to complete third series. If you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments, the places to comment are as follows. This video, the reaction video that comes out tomorrow, which will be the Still Game doubleheader, and the reactions that come out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are the videos to comment on if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments. But that is it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel, Free Studio Views, my Twitter. If you want to follow me on my Patreon, if you want to support more of my daily motion, all things are in the video description down below. Thank you to all my patrons who are also named in the video description. If you didn't know, you would Patreon me for as low as $1 or £1. You get extra reaction videos, as well as a read comments up to date early, sometimes more. For all that being said, though, my name is Taffy. This has been my episode 215 of Reading Your Comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.